The Occupation was a visually stunning episode of Star Wars Rebels and adds to a list of already great episodes in Season 4, so let's get right into my review. Going into this episode, I was looking for two things. The first of which was looking for any hints of the Death Star and whether or not it has connections to Lothal, and I didn't really see any hints. Other than that one scene in which Vizago is transporting the Ghost Crew to Lothal, I'm very curious about those little pods just to the left of Lothal, but I think they must have something to do with something other than the Death Star itself. Moving on though, I had also predicted that we would see the Ghost Crew rescue Vizago during this episode, but that didn't happen obviously, and is something that must happen later. I'm assuming he was arrested by the Imperials on Lothal and will be forced into some sort of labor camp, and our Ghost Crew might rescue him at some point. But let's move on to the good, the bad, and the ugly of this episode. First of all, as I mentioned in the introduction, the episode looked great and had a soundtrack to support it. The Ghost Crew truly had amazing undercover outfits, and the approach to Lothal was truly stunning, and the music really was great as well. The horrible destruction and pollution on Lothal reminded me of the Lord of the Rings and how Saruman and the goblins started to destroy the forest and industrialize Isengard. My buddy Jared O'Malley and I were chatting on Twitter recently about how Treebeard may be very similar to the wolves on Lothal, and the fact that they really aren't going to take sides in this fight, but simply want the destruction and pollution to stop. But the episode wasn't all positive. I'm wondering if anyone else thought it was weird that a Death Trooper was in command of a bar and ordering around stormtroopers. I suppose he was maybe placed there by Thrawn, but it seemed a little out of place to me. I assumed they were just elite warriors that worked in a unit, not commanders. Apparently, I was wrong. But on a more positive note here, I really enjoyed seeing some of the old Lothal locations, calling back to Season 1 and 2. My buddy Chris Abbott mentioned on the Force Within TV Facebook page that he loved how they are bringing in characters and creatures from the filler episodes, making them have more of an impact. I think he's talking about the puffer pigs there, as well as Jacal, the character Jacal, that is. Also on the Facebook page, we have JJ putting in his 2 cents. He says, I was kind of surprised that we didn't get to see more of Hera and Kanan. That was certainly what the preview promised, right? From my point of view here is that the preview promised Kanan and Hera and developing that relationship, that Kanan-Hera relationship, and we just didn't get that. The preview basically spoiled the one moment we have, which really didn't amount to much. So definitely disappointing there. JJ also mentions that he's sick and tired of Death Troopers talking, and he doesn't want to hear their voices anymore. I think we're going to hear some more about that, JJ. So unfortunately, I just want to say a big thanks to JJ. He is helping out with the Facebook page, posting tons of great photos on there. So head on over to the Facebook page and check that out. And also we have Ward Lafferty. He's commented as well, saying, when will Sabine stop playing hard to get? Kanan and Hera most likely see through Sabine's act. And yeah, we definitely see lots of subtle little hints of Sabine and Ezra developing a relationship. I'll give you that much, Ward. I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of it in this story. The Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels, I don't think it really serves this story. Kanan-Hera, yes, that serves this story. I have a video coming out specifically on that, but not Ezra Bean, unfortunately. I think they'll be saving that for maybe, or at least hinting at it, in the next animation series. So I've mentioned some of the good and some of the bad, but what was the ugly of this episode? At the end of the episode, I just didn't feel like we gotten anywhere. It's kind of like the first part of In the Name of the Rebellion. I didn't feel like we had gone anywhere. Clearly, we are back on Lothal, but the action in the episode could have been more meaningful, I thought. But again, it did look fantastic, and I love being back there on Lothal. So I decided to upload 2 different episode reviews, so I'm going to be cutting this one a bit short. However, you will find episode 6, the review for Episode 6, Flight of the Defender, in the comments below or in the video description, and I'll even have it linked up above. It should be just right there now. So check out that second episode, and remember to use the Force within you to make the Star Wars community a better place. Share your thoughts and ideas, and encourage those who do the same. And as always, may the Force be with you.